One of the Star Wars actors who've been pretty outspoken about the racism some actors have received in the franchise is John Boyega. How could he not, after experiencing it himself? But as of late, John Boyega expressed his happiness over Moses Ingram, one of the stars in Obi-Wan Kenobi, who finally received Star Wars support. But what exactly is the actor happy about? Find out more in today's video, and keep on watching if you don't want to miss out. John Boyega appreciates Star Wars' support for Moses Ingram. John Boyega recently opened up in a new interview with SiriusXM's John Fugelsang about his encounter with racist fans and how the Star Wars universe treated him. Sadly, Ingram was the most recent Star Wars actor to encounter the hatred spewed by some Star Wars fans. Ingram portrays the Inquisitor Reva Savander, also known as the Third Sister, in Obi-Wan Kenobi. Ingram was the recipient of racial harassment after the Disney Plus series launched, which prompted Disney and Lucasfilm to release their own formal comments denouncing the behavior. Ewan McGregor, Ingram's co-star, also made a video statement about the incident, in which he called out the people who had sent Ingram racist and disrespectful comments. Boyega claims that there was no textbook for what he went through, but he is confident that what happened to him informed Star Wars when its next black star, Moses Ingram, who plays the Inquisitor Reva, started to endure the same kind of hostility. The Star Wars social media accounts, Ewan McGregor, and other celebrities and fans strongly condemn the fandom-led racism instead of taking a back seat and letting it run uncontrolled. Moses Ingram being protected makes me feel protected, Boyega told SiriusXM. Sometimes you don't get that treatment, you lead people there. He claimed that he finds happiness in seeing Moses receive institutional backing. The actor said that these exchanges are no longer silent, and that you have the opportunity to discuss the negative aspects of fandom and be heard. From a commercial standpoint, he continued, "Don't tease a black actor as a protagonist and then don't follow through." Thankfully, Disney appears to have taken his advice to heart, and this empowers other performers to speak up. Boyega graciously responds, "I'm good," explaining that his character Finn can be loved in other media, adding he believes episodes 7 to 9 were excellent for him when Fugelsang asks if he's going to return to Finn. The actor went on to add that he wasn't angry about the news and cited a tale his father had told him about how occasionally you might not be the one who receives a blessing, but will be the one who points others in the direction of one. From the start, John Boyega has been pretty vocal about the blatant racism targeted towards him, so it didn't come as a surprise that he has a comment or two about the backlash Moses Ingram has received from her portrayal as Reva. Boyega discussed how the actress was defended by Lucasfilm and even warned about the abuse she may get in an interview with Men's Health via Star Wars Newsnet. He's no stranger to the types of abuse Ingram experienced. Plus, he was also pleased that Lucasfilm listened to his criticism and applied those lessons to help protect their current lineup of stars. He claimed that after being cast in The Force Awakens, he was the actor who pushed this issue to the forefront, wherein he said, "I'm the one that brought this to the freaking forefront. At least the people going into it now, after my time, they're cool. Lucasfilm is going to make sure you're well supported, and at least you now go through this franchise knowing that everybody is going to have your back. I'm glad I talked out everything at that time. It is terrible that Ingram, or any other actor of color who works on Star Wars, has to put up with the kinds of reprehensible behavior that is frequently displayed by what is, in the end, a very small percentage of professed fans. While the majority of Star Wars fans support the actor's efforts, Lucasfilm's proactive attempts to shield and defend their performers from such unjustified and intolerable harassment represent a little step forward. It is undoubtedly a lesson that Kelly Marie Tran from The Last Jedi and Ahmed Best, who played Jar Jar Binks, would have welcomed the studio learning much earlier, as Boyega alludes to. Hopefully, Lucasfilm won't have to explicitly warn actors about online racism and defend them in the future. Sadly, considering the reality of social media and its function in modern society, it still seems to be necessary for the time being. Perhaps the effects will start to lessen to some extent if studios start actively condemning such behavior. Future Star Wars actors will at least be able to rest easy, knowing that the studio will assist them, much as they did for Moses Ingram, who played in Obi-Wan Kenobi. Based on what we heard from John Boyega, it seems that the actor has some sort of heartache against the franchise. Plus, there's also the fact that he won't be returning as Finn in the movies as well. So what's the reason why John Boyega won't return to Star Wars? Keep on watching if you want to find out. In 2015's Star Wars: The Force Awakens, John Boyega made his acting debut as Finn, which was a significant development for the series. After nearly 40 years, a black guy was finally going to play a major role instead of a supporting one in a galaxy far, far away. Sadly, the actor's and his character's promising beginning quickly burned out. Boyega faced a barrage of racist internet taunts, as Finn was marginalized throughout the following 2 Skywalker saga films, with little to no public backing from Disney and Lucasfilm's top executives. Boyega was already exhibiting signs of being finished and prepared to move on from the project by the time The Rise of Skywalker was released in December 2019, bringing the Skywalker saga to an end. So what did John Boyega do after he wrapped up his role in Star Wars? Boyega, like so many other individuals, took the most of 2020 to reevaluate his goals and priorities. This has also influenced his professional decisions since then, propelling him to feature in movies like They Cloned Tyrone, a science fiction picture directed by Creed II and Space Jam: A New Legacy writer Jewel Taylor, and Gina Prince's historical by the Woods epic The Woman King. In fact, Boyega believes that he must continue exploring new creative directions. To be fair, with the allies that I've found within Jewel Taylor and Jamie Foxx, Teyana Paris, Viola Davis, all these people I've been working with, versatility is my path. Boyega is ready to move past his Star Wars days, which is understandable given the excellent collaborators he has worked with. Breaking premieres in theaters on August 26, 2022. They Cloned Tyrone is scheduled to start streaming on Netflix sometime between now and the end of 2022, and The Woman King will follow shortly after on September 16, 2022. But the man has a point. Boyega's character Finn makes for some interesting arcs to be explored in Star Wars, and yet the franchise has failed him. Boyega was open and unapologetically critical of the way his character, Finn, was handled in the sequels in an interview. The trilogy of movies, which are primarily to blame for the revival of the formerly waning series, has come under fire for its plot, which frequently overlooks significant and potentially game-changing characters. And the leader of them, according to Boyega, is Finn. Notably, Boyega's remarks about how Finn is handled in Star Wars come at a time when societal instability and deep frustrations predominate, going far beyond the current pandemic that is changing the planet. The Black Lives Matter movement has continued to bring to light significant injustices throughout the world and country in the wake of the recent deaths and violent crimes committed against George Floyd and numerous others. It appears that the House of Mouse is not an exception. Boyega claims that no one else in the cast received complaints from fans threatening to boycott the film because they were in it at the time of his first casting as Finn. Nobody else experienced the outcry and death threats sent to their social media accounts and Instagram DMs with the message, "Black this and black that, and you shouldn't be a stormtrooper." Yet despite this, people are surprised that Boyega acts the way he does, which is the source of his annoyance. His emotions undoubtedly grew as the subsequent plots for his character grew increasingly scattershot and lacking in narrative gravitas, undermining both Finn and the actor who plays him. When major studios decide to revive completely dormant properties, there is a chance that the franchise's legacy, like Star Wars' wishy-washy treatment of novel and boundary-pushing characters, will be carried over. While it may appear that Disney is making an effort to incorporate more diverse characters in its numerous products, care must be taken to ensure that this goal does not conflict with the requirement to convey these characters' stories responsibly and fairly. John Boyega has every right to be frustrated with the franchise, but for now, we're happy that he's out there venturing into new possibilities. And that's everything we have for today's episode. What kind of genre do you think the actor should do next? Let us know in the comment section below. Before you go, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to our channel with the notification bell on for more videos like these. See you next time, and thanks for watching.